Hi guys. So I am going to do a video, quick one because I only have about 5 minutes, on how Kevin and I met. If you have known me for any length of time, you know I talk about Kevin a lot. So we met, I want to say it was in 2013, through a mutual friend whom I met, let's see, through a group in Salt Lake, I think, it was like a meetup group. So I met him, and then we all went to a deployment party in, I want to say it was 2013, possibly a little earlier, and that is where I met Kevin. So after meeting Kevin, him and I went out and got lunch one day, hit it off, and we started making plans to take a trip to Alaska the next year. And I'm super cool, and I'm sitting in the sunlight, so I'm going to put on my shades because it's blinding. But in fact, I'll hold the camera. Maybe that's better. There we go. That's a little bit better. But we started making plans to go to Alaska because Kevin wanted to buy and flip an RV. So that was super fun. We drove up through Canada, sold the RV, and then came home in a Jeep that was packed with all of our stuff. It was pretty fun. We had one night in Anchorage where we stayed at a campground where they were having trouble with bears, and we were in a tent. It was fun. We both had bear spray, and we were very safe. Never saw a bear, but that was fun. I want to say during that trip, yeah, it was during that trip, because we stayed at another campground at a hot spring, I think, and it was a hot spring, and they had an ice castle. The reason I remember that is because I bought the wrong inverter for the air mattress, and so we had to hike that sucker all the way to the office, use the inverter that I bought because it was an AC inverter, or adapter I should say, and then hike it all the way back. So that was a pretty fun trip, and we've gone on lots of road trips since then. But yeah, so that's how Kevin and I met. And he just barely got to my house today. He's parked his RV in my driveway with, I put in some hookups for him. He paid for them, but I put in a power hookup. And I want to say right now he's at the store getting a new water hose. Because I think his, last year when he was there, I bought a new water hose for out there for his culinary water out of my house. And it was an RV hose, but it was really badly made. And it did not, it blew out one of the ends, so it was all like ballooned up, and it wasn't very good. So it worked for what we needed, and then I ended up throwing it out. I didn't think to keep the receipt, or I would have taken it back, but now I know, don't buy RV hoses at Lowe's. So that is your story time for today. I received a comment that my last video was not actually a story time, and the one where I met Michael's isn't actually a story time. So I should do more stories, like I promised. Anyway, that's how I met Kevin.